We've created a brand new tool inside of FTCU called a Steil-Run stitch. This is a unique stitch that combines both a steel satin stitch along with a run stitch, and this allows you to do a lot of unique things, and it's kind of common with designers right now to incorporate either a run stitch on top of a satin or even a motif on top of a satin. So what we've done is we've created this tool that combines both into one, and it's really easy to work with and use. You can see that on the screen I have a heart shaped piece of artwork, as you can see in the sequence view. To convert this to a Steil-Run, you'll go to the bottom left hand corner into the convert to icons, and you'll see the fourth one over from the left is called a Steil-Run. All you do is, with a piece of artwork or a line or a running stitch selected, you click on this icon and it's going to automatically create a steel stitch and a run stitch, and it's going to combine it into one object. So you can see right here, you can probably vaguely see the run stitch line. I'm going to go ahead and select it and go to the sequence view. In the sequence view, you'll see that it is a new tool called a Steil-Run. If I click the plus symbol, it's going to have both objects here. So you're going to have the steel stitch and the run stitch, which is the second object in this case. So if I go ahead and I select the first one, I want to change it to, let's say, a pink color, I can do that, and you can see that the purple is still utilized in the running stitch. So I can select that one as well, and I could change it to a different color. And let's say I want to use this lighter color. So you can see that I have a run stitch on top of a satin. I'm easily able to change the colors of it. And when I have it selected, so just by clicking on the stitch, you'll notice in the properties box that you have a Steil-Run tab, and in this tab you can choose to either have the steel stitch go first or the run stitch first. By default it's the steel stitch. You can utilize a run first and you can get a different look, but let's go ahead and keep steel first, and let's go over to the run tab. Inside the run tab you can keep this as a single run, or you can change it to something like a motif. If I choose motif from the drop down, I now have the ability to select a motif stitch and hit apply, and it will apply it to this pattern. So you can see that it's added this motif, and I can make this motif a little bit larger so it's a little bit more noticeable on top of this satin. So you can see that it creates this, and you can adjust it to a different size or do whatever you need to the motif, like you could with any other standard motif. And this is just something that is more commonly seen today, and it's a lot of fun. This tool makes it really easy to work with a Steil and a run, as you only have to have one object and it will incorporate both the steel and the run into that same object in the sequence view. So I want to go ahead and show you that if you go back to the Steil-Run tab, if I choose to have the run stitch first and hit apply, it's going to have, like in this case, the motif is going to go first and then the steel second, and this allows you to create a very unique look. If I change the size of this pattern, you'll see that now you're going to have like kind of the star shape underneath of the steel stitch, and it just creates a whole different look to that pattern. And I can always switch it back to have the steel go first and have the motif go second. So it's a really fun tool, easy to use, allows you to add a little bit more creativity and flair to an outline, especially if you're doing something like a solid applique or a solid piece and you want to border that with something unique. This is a great tool to do that with.